Okay, this is for the 2018 Honda Accord Hood Struts, which you can buy off Amazon. So if you have a strut bar, you think it's going to be in the way, put the mount on this way. It says to mount it the other side with these two holes, this small hole in here, but I mounted it this way. So that way I can just put the bolt in there and it's gonna fit. So put it this way with the edge facing towards the right hand side, like this. So it looks like from the driver's side. So it looks like a backwards L, like that. Now on this part which they give you to install in here for the hood strut holders, they give you this flimsy piece of nothing. Look how flat this piece is, which is very small, you can see, compared to, they give you this as well, which is in here. This one is a little bit thicker, which is stronger. It'll be much better to hold it in place in the bottom hole, not the top. So basically, so then you take this piece, instead of using this adapter, because that's much smaller, it's not as sturdy. This little piece is not as sturdy as this connector they give you. So just put this together like this, then see the hole, the bottom hole, not the top, the bottom one. You just start it like that, put the bottom part in, like that. So, all right, here we go. Put the bottom part in like that. Let's go in, and then it can go that way. Then move it over to the side. Then hold it down and start turning it. Hold it down to give pressure and start turning it. Let me set up the camera so you can see it. So basically, when it's in there, you just hold it down and you start turning it till it gets tighter and tighter. Then when it's almost tight enough, just use yourself 12 millimeter. Tighten it up more. Side, instead of using, which they say, this little hole, since it doesn't fit, it's not gonna fit, you don't want to drill it out, you can just put it this way, making sure that the bracket is an L-shaped passenger side and a backwards L on the driver's side. So on this bolt right here, it can be facing inward. This one's connected to the top. This one you're gonna wanna use a 14 on the outside and a 13 on the inside. Hold it with a 13, lock it with a 14. 13 and a 14 to lock this nut here. So even with one, it's pretty strong. And there's a little bit of pressure to actually push the hood down. But once it gets about halfway, it starts going. Now it's gonna fall. So bring it up, it goes up by itself, even with just one. Now install the other one. So basically on the driver's side it's gonna look like a backwards L, like that. And then you're gonna use a 14 and a 13. And this one for the strut bolt is just a 14. Make sure it's very tight. So it does work with the strut brace. On these inside bolts, these smaller ones that go here, you're gonna wanna get on the bottom and be stronger. So put it on the bottom, like that, with the washer. And then use the nut to secure it. So now it's done. It's installed. Everything is good. Nothing is hitting. It is just a little bit, not gonna lie, it's a little bit harder to close it. You gotta put some pressure on there to close it. But once it's almost done, down. Closed. Close is good. No gaps.